Hey there, sweetness, how goes it? I do hope that it goes well. Quick name of the game, if there's anything that's connective to this collective, that's beautiful. I invite you to take it with you. If, however, nothing here resonates, that's all right. You just leave it right where you found it. It's probably a piece of information that was meant for someone else in the collective. You should never take something off the table, or in general, that does not belong to you. Keep in mind that time may be fluid as well as energy, and let's get into it, shall we? Oh, yes. Yes, we shall. Spirit of love, truth, grace, and guidance, please guide these messages, guide myself and this collective. Guide us always, in all ways. Thank you. All right, welcome home, homies. Do the tribe a favor. Make sure you're getting those likes up on your way into the video, as well as making sure you're a subscriber to the channel. Subscribing and putting a thumbs up, those are free, but they help the channel grow immensely. Did I mention this one's for all signs? This one's collective messages. This is something important, okay? This may be one of the 5 most important readings of the year for you, collective. All right, I'm going to do some bibliomancy, getting messages from books. As I was walking past my bookshelf, 2 specifically jumped out at me and said, "We have a message." All right. This top book, I've read it before. It is absolutely amazing. Amazing. The second one, I have not read. It was gifted to me recently. But the 2 titles alone combined tell us a beautiful story on their own. Collective, this message is for the ones that have been living their life by the bootstraps, hand to mouth, figuring out how to survive on low wages, living hand to mouth. This is a book by Linda Tirado. Just, I'm not like paid to talk about the book or anything, just one I really enjoy. All right, so for those that have been living in this echo, living in this vibration, a twist is coming. Wishes are being granted. And it's becoming a whole new world. That's by Liz Braswell. But seriously, for those living their life by the nickel and the dime, for those that the last few years or more have been an absolute mess, a twist is coming. Make no mistake. Messages for the collective. I'm going to smoke the book in. Books. excuse me. Spirit, what are the 5 most important things I could say to this collective? Keep your ass covered from all angles. Take really good care of your children, your loved ones. They need you. Take time to read. There's something about the rags to riches thing. In this, it says, the idea of turning down hand-me-downs is so crazy to me that I don't even know where to start. So, collective, we have many that wear or have worn a lot of hand-me-downs. That's going to change. Don't forget who gave you those rags. Never forget who gave you the rags when you were naked and who left you naked. When you're in your riches, when you're enjoying your fine clothes and your treasure troves, never forget who at least gave you the rags. Don't spend your time ducking people and bending to their will. Escape that energy. That's self-sacrifice. Tell them to go for themselves. There's something about being very mindful about where your vote lands. Dust storm lit up by 1,000 lamps in the middle of the night. That's making me think dust wraps the blues. You're not going to be buried with a belly full of coulda-beens. Also, when you're gifted with much and many, don't let it be too much, so much that it languishes. Maintain, again, give back to those that gave to you when you were down and low. To the young men and women who are low, give back to them. Those that have no true happiness, give something back to them. Something about a sudden change of heart related to the home. Something about being so happy a moment ago. But not being happy anymore, and somebody blames something on magic. Somebody blames something on wishes. Somebody is angry that someone's spending all their time chasing after their wishes instead of working on their responsibilities and their duties, but believe me, they are one and the same. Someone out there would open their mouth to argue with this, but then as soon as they thought about it, they would stop. There's something about telling people take it or leave it. There's something about once upon a time there lived a king and queen who happily ever after redacted, okay? Once upon a time there lived a king and queen who ruled their kingdom as their forefathers had, but with even less wisdom. They hunted unicorns in the deep forest until there were none left. They banished all the wise old men and women, witches and hermits, priestesses and shamans who advised them to follow a more prudent path. They threw parties for neighboring kings and queens that fairly bankrupted the castle, which led them to levy even higher taxes on the poor. Then they looked around at those neighbors' lands with covetous eyes, wishing they had more for themselves. But as it was mostly a peaceable country, they had no military recourse. Don't waste your gifts. Never waste your gifts. And never allow anyone to take them from you. Ever. Okay. Magnetism, friction, perception in the reverse. Magnetism, friction, perception in the reverse. Someone's drawn to heat, but they have no perception of how hot that heat really is. Drawn to friction, to heat, without realizing how hot that heat is, how high the temperature is. Hi there. Give it a go. Give it a whirl. Well, I have to say that I think that whoever your friend is that you're asking about at the moment, something tells me that you already know at your core what their feelings are and if they're going to be reaching out. But something also tells me that out of context, out of that context, for that person, you may well have a friend reach out to you. Just, again, in another context. A friend with a very healing energy. And friends can come in many, many forms. But there is something about listening to your core. You already know the answers that you seek. Don't let anyone take your strengths and turn them into weakness. That's really important coming through. Let people keep their own demons. Messages for the collective. Spirit says it's time to warn you, be careful with anyone who's friggin' lonely. Messages for the collective. It's also coming through if someone does call you, someone that has always had one foot in the door, are you going to let them take your strengths and turn them into your weaknesses? Do you really need it? Messages for the homies. Messages for the homies. What do the homies need to know? What's going to take the homies from rags to riches? Consistency. Alchemy. What's going to take you from rags to riches? Remaining consistent when it comes to making something out of nothing or seemingly spinning that straw into gold. Consistently, and especially in a form that's never, ever been experienced before. Oh, I'm sorry, sweetheart. You're very welcome. And again, I say that you may have some sort of friend reach out, and that could be someone on your spirit team. That could be spirit themselves. That could be a friend in the physical. You could meet a new friend, get to watching some videos and commenting, my content and others' content, meet some people online here that are a part of the collective and ready and willing and waiting to meet new friends themselves. But yeah, back to the cards, collective. What's going to take you from rags to riches? That's beautiful, simple, sweet, significant. Remaining consistent. When it comes to building on and with what it is that you already have in a way that's never before been experienced. Oh, I love it. All right, I want to do something. I'm just realizing I don't think I have any alphabet cards for you guys right now. But I do have some handmade. What do the homies need to know? Bringing things from rags to riches. Changes are upon you. Changes are coming. Messages for the homies. I just started hearing, I'm going through changes. It also makes me think of a poem that I heard long, long ago that's about falling in love with a best friend, actually. There's an energy here of don't think too much, just stay in your lane. Anything that's meant to come to you will. Anything that's meant to come to you will, and anything that's not, it can't get to you. And if it's not meant for you, you can hold the door open all you want to, yelling and screaming, being like, hey, hello. Spirit's not going to let them towards you. Rejection will be Spirit's protection if a door is closed, if it is. But I'm also getting changes regarding a home situation for some. Oh, there's a lot of back and forth right there, though. Someone needs this message. Successful foundations are built upon clean land. And something really important about that. Cleaning the foundations, keeping things clean from the foundation. And I don't necessarily mean like some sense of like purist, and I don't necessarily not mean a sense of, purist, but it's something about keeping things clean from the foundation up. Something about 2020 being a time that didn't work out. Also with that, I'm getting something about hindsight being 2020. Stop staring into the past about all the things that didn't work out unless you excuse me, do have some sort of specialty regarding alchemizing on that past. If you hear me, then you know what I mean. Alchemizing on it, understanding it, dissecting it in an order to further understand and grow from it, build from it. Alchemize. Someone is going to be offered a new job, or someone is taking a new job. Nice. There's something here about making sure making sure that you're setting good boundaries, though, with this job, and that the boundaries that they've set with you are acceptable for you personally. Something about a new job being a successful foundation to an open door. New job being a successful foundation for an open door. Closing door in the reverse. Messages for the collective. I'm getting for some, there's going to be an energy of your new life costing you the old one, or many, many things about your new life costing you many things about your old life, and asking yourself, is that a price that you're willing to pay for the things that you've wished for and manifested? Are you ready for those things to come? It may just be in the calm before the storm that is all that you've ever asked for, wished for. There's something about, I'm getting a person having very strict rules. What is this? I'm getting, honestly, I just got straight up like, if your higher power wants to get through to you and wants to give you messages in your everyday life, like outside of YouTube, just straight up, uh, they'll get through. And you can't block those messages out. You can't reject them. You can't ignore them. You can't stop it. You can't close the door. I'm getting an energy, some people being afraid of success and trying to close it out and not being successful. All right. Messages for the collective. Excuse me. Messages for the homies, please. Messages for the homies. Thank you. There is something about true friends meeting you at the altar. True friends meeting you at the altar. And to me, well, honestly, we could take that many ways. Meeting you at your spiritual altar, meeting you at the wedding altar. Wouldn't it just be the best thing in the world if everyone that was married to each other were best friends? I think that'd be beautiful. Excuse me. Get it broken up. Be very careful of false friends at this time. False friends. Discernment is your best friend right now. Discernment. Yeah. No. Okay. The dog, if near, represents true friends. If distant and surrounded by clouds, beware of unsuspected enemies. Excuse me. It was kind of surrounded by clouds, just in the fact that I blew smoke at it. But the park foretells a new love when very near, if distant, false friends. The fox in close proximity augurs distrust of acquaintances who are seeking to betray you. Distant, less danger. Extra joker. I keep that there for a reason. The mountains nearby indicate the presence of a mighty enemy. Use your discernment, because I said the cute little joke, wouldn't it be great if everybody that were married were all best friends? That's not how this world seems to work. Those that we love the most, those that are closest to us, sometimes they're not our friends, as much as we try to be theirs. Someone close to you, collective, is an extra joker. Just take caution. And I don't mean to live in paranoid energy. I don't mean to hate everybody and distrust everyone, yada yada. I just mean don't be too trusting. Don't give too much of yourself away and live to regret it another day. Okay. And that makes me think, in regards to going from rags to riches, be careful who comes running if and when your day in the limelight comes and your day in riches comes. Be careful who comes running to sit in that glory, to sit in your blessings, to sit in your treasure trove with you. Are they someone that would have given you rags when you were naked? Are they someone that would have laughed at you, pointed at you, and told other people that they saw you naked with nothing? All right. That is where I'm going to leave this one, you guys. I hope that this reaches who it needs to, how it needs to. Make sure we get those likes up on your way into the video, even on your way out. Make sure you subscribe to the tribe if you enjoy the vibe. And until we speak again, my dears, mwah.